How did you sleep first?
We went from not sleeping to sleeping very well.
Why did you sleep so good?
We had a bed with nobody in it, just me.
And a room with just you and me and
Exactly.
not 10 other people, right?
Right.
That was amazing.
It was very nice, yes.
A beautiful little hotel, very, very well maintained, very safe, in the middle of Pamplona.
Yes.
Pamplona is where we stayed last night.
And Pamplona is where they have the running of the bulls. And it's a really big little city.
It's
200,000 people.
200,000 people, yeah, exactly. So anyway, we had a quiet night. We rested and we got up around 7, had a little bit of coffee at the hotel and a little bite of a little snack. You had a croissant and I had a little gluten-free something. And then what happened after that, Cherie? Explain what we did.
Well,
Let's stop for a second.
Yesterday, we discovered that the Camino was actually more the sidewalk Camino, where you actually had to go through the lights and traffic and for about 3 or 4 kilometers getting into Pamplona. And then when we looked actually where we were going today, we were spending the first 5 or 6 kilometers in the town, basically just going through sidewalks to traffic lights. So we took a taxi and skipped town and then just went to the next village, and that's where we started. So I guess we're not going to be real Camino people.
It's quite
Very disappointing, by the way.
no, it's quite allowed to take buses or taxi wherever. It's not as purist, really. It's finding your way there. That's what it's called, the way.
There was not too many pilgrims where we were walking yesterday in the town. It was mostly cars and people shopping and being busy with their lives. So now we're back to pilgrim.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we didn't, like Jacques said, we didn't really fancy walking 3 to 5 kilometers in the city and traffic, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's going to be really hot today, and so we thought, you know what, that's totally fine, we're doing it. And as I was just explaining,
I didn't want to do it, but Nancy made me.
That's not true. He proposed it and I accepted it gladly. I thought it was a great idea. But the one thing to say about that is it's not like the AT where, you know, there's purist and you have to kind of do every step of it. The Camino is about finding your way from one point to the next. So whatever that is, bicycle, horses, on foot, and, you know, taking a little... Bonjour. Taking a little bit of a different way to skip ahead is totally acceptable. So that's what we did, and now we're back into this beautiful, look behind me, countryside, and there's a little breeze, and we're going to climb up there, and we are very delighted. Aren't we, mon chéri?
As always.
We are very happy with our decision.
Yes, of course.
And we're going now.
Yes.
There we go. So we're taking the road. Do we see it still? Yeah, all the way up there.
Yeah.
There. Whoops, right there in the middle. And then we're gonna go across
To the other Pozzetto.
Wow, this is so nice. It's a field of coquelicots. C'est comment en anglais ça? Des coquelicots? Huh? I forgot the name in English. These flower. Right there. What are they called? On tourne à droite. Hein? Absolutely stunning. The Camino will actually turn to the right. Right here. We just stopped at a village for lunch. Jacques had a Coca-Cola. I had my jugo de naranja, orange juice, and I had some prosciutto and cheese and a baguette. We didn't free baguette, so I made a little lunch. And Jacques had some leftover from last night, so that's what he had as well with his Coca-Cola. It was really nice. And then filled up our water, went to the bathroom. It's midday, it's about 27 degrees. We are wearing our sun hat because it is definitely warm. And there's not a cloud in the sky. Tiny little breeze just to make it comfortable. We cannot believe how blessed we are with this weather. Absolutely spectacular. So because of what we did this morning, getting out of town with a taxi, it now puts us to, with this village lunch stop, it puts us to about halfway. The rest of the afternoon I think is going to look like similar to what we walked this morning. Don't think there's much elevation. We're starting to get into the wine region, just on the edge of it. A lot of agriculture of wheat, it seems, around here, and then it will come to wine pretty soon, I believe. Anyway, I mean, what can I say? But it is a beautiful day to walk on the Camino. We are very, very grateful for today. So Jacques thinks that we're going to stop next at the first village that we can see on the left of the screen. And if you look a little further on the right, he's thinking that is Puenta de la Reina, which is where our final destination is for today. I'm thinking it looks close, too close, but he says it's probably right. Oof. Il fait chaud. It is rather hot. So yet we're into another village, and now it is about 1:15, and we're gonna stop and have a little rest in the shade that we found. Oh boy, that is gonna be nice. N'est-ce pas?
A little rest in the room. Drying of the clothes.
That's a good idea.
Cobonos.
This is the town that we are in. We just sat at a little square where they had some lovely benches in the shade.
And grass, of course.
And a bunch of grass behind in the sun where Jacques is drying his laundry from last night. It's very fancy, isn't it, Jake?
I don't like to have dirty clothes.
You don't like to have dirty clothes? I love having dirty clothes. I don't wash mine, right? No, seriously. Some of mine is also there drying. But anyway, we thought we would have a little rest at the same time. It's gotten very hot, so we're happy to have a bit of a rest. And we've got about, what, 2 kilometers left?
15 kilometers about.
15? 15? No way. We've got about 2 left. So, and it is, what's the time? 1:30, so plenty of time. It's trying to be a beautiful, chill day for us, which is really nice. So, anyway, we wanted to talk about the churches, right, Sherry?
Yes. We like the churches, especially the ones that have the bar beside them.
Il est incorrigible. He's my incorrigible. Now, what we wanted to mention, because we may have mentioned it before, but anyway, we wanted to elaborate on the fact that we tried to go into each one of the churches that we see, but what's the situation, Jerry?
Well, they have like a volunteer or somebody, like a priest or somebody, like they're closed because they get their things stolen. So all the experience we're having is because there's volunteers. And, it's kind of a sad story, truly, that people would steal from church, really.
It really is, isn't it? So Elena that we met, who was a volunteer at that church yesterday, San Sebastian, that we got to ring the bell, which is so incredibly amazing experience. Both Jacques and I were really
first time ever for me.
Very touched with that. It was just really incredible. But we were talking to Elena, the volunteer, and she's the one that explained to us what was happening. And she said, yeah, unless there's a volunteer, most of the churches are closed because they just are afraid that it'll get either vandalized or they're going to be, people are going to steal the little statuette or the frescoes. And I guess there's a huge market for those pieces, and there's people ready to buy them, so there's people ready to steal them, right? So anyway, so it's very sad, but every village that we go in, we definitely try to go and see if the door's open, and if it's open, then yeah, for sure, that's because a person is there, a volunteer is there. And it was really touching coming back to Elena yesterday, the volunteer, right? Because she said it was very... She, as a volunteer, and all the other volunteers that worked at that church, she said, we want to offer the church to you because you need it on your journey, on your path to Santiago. We understand that it's really important to you, the pilgrims, the walkers. So I was very touching as well when she said that. And so anyway, we are very grateful when the churches are open, and we are grateful to be able to experience them and feel them, and we're grateful to the volunteers that make it possible, right?
Like Elena.
So anyway, we thought we would explain a little bit more about those churches. Is it about time to pick up the drawing at the back there?
Underwears are ready.
Underwear. He's displaying his underwear to the world. Anyway, let's get on with it and get to Puente de Reina.
The Bridge of the Queen.
The Bridge of the Queen. Here we come. So we're just walking through this path, and I was looking at the trees, and I'm thinking that these are olive trees. And look at this. I'm right. Look at these olives. Oh my gosh. Absolutely gorgeous.
Perfect.
Okay, let's... Oh my goodness. We just arrived at our hotel room, and check this out. Oh my god, this is actually a glamping hotel. So I guess the wall, this is like it's not like a real wall, though the side walls are, but it's a glamping style. And look, there's a bath, a beautiful soaking bath. The decoration is just fantastic. Fresh, beautiful linen and towels. Oh my goodness. Chérie, qu'est-ce que tu en penses?
I like better the bunk beds.
Yes.
I want to go back to the bunk beds.
You're going to go back to the bunk bed?
This is way too... It's the pilgrim enough for me.
It's absolutely adorable. And look at the view we have. We have a garden with these beautiful roses here. Oh, wow. We are, to say the least, thrilled. Aren't we, mon chéri?
We are thrilled.
What are you doing, Jacques? It's 2:45 in the afternoon. We just got into the room.
After a very long day of hiking, the Camino is very important to relax.
And what a way to do that, and to have a beautiful bath in our glamping room before we go out for cocktails and dinner, right?
That's the key. That's what I
Can
always thought the Camino was like that.
Can I order a bath like that for the cottage in Invermere, please? Please?
Possibly.
Please? Pretty
If
please?
you don't bring me back to the bunk bed and you don't bring me back to the Quaker oatmeal, possibly.
Okay, I'll do my best. Anyway, this is pretty amazing. This room is incredible, and we have a king-size bed on top of that, so way to go. I'm gonna jump in and join you, mon chéri.
Oh, la porta.
Oh, la porta s'ouvre. Ouh, avec notre abode. So, what's the story of the poppies?
That we saw in the fields today.
Yeah, I know. We saw so many of them. So what's the story of them?
Well, this is very special for Canadians, and I'm not sure for the rest of the world, but for Canadians it is, because it is used as a symbol for remembering all our fallen soldiers, World War One, Two, and other wars. So for Remembrance Day on November 11, at the 11 Towers, the puppies are used to raise money for the families of our fallen soldiers.
But why the puppies?
Where the puppies are from, like if I remember well, from a poem from a doctor that was serving for the Canadian Armed Forces in World War One, and he wrote this poem about how the puppies were blooming in the fields of Flanders, where everybody had, such horrible battles, where so many people died, but the puppies were a symbol. So when you see puppies in the fields like we did today, was truly touching heart, because we don't see that in Canada. I don't remember the exact word of the poem of our doctor that was in the forest, but basically it was talking about the heartbreak of losing people, but the puppies being in those Flanders fields. So anyway, when you see that in Spain, it really touches. It's really touching. Because they're so beautiful, and it's symbolized such a gruesome, also at the same time, circumstances, right? And
It symbolizes resilience.
yeah, basically.
Resilience.
Yeah.
It's like, and you photographed some today out of a field that had been like
Plowed.
obviously plowed over and just
And they came back, yeah.
and then the only thing you see in that field is poppies.
Yeah.
Gorgeous and beautiful.
Well, to see that in the Camino as pilgrims, pilgrims.
It's amazing.
Everything is coming together, and it's like, anyway, blessed. And our thoughts are going to all our fallen
Soldiers.
that we owe so much.
I know, it's amazing.
Beautiful, and there's no, you can't draw these things up. It's so amazing.
It really is. All right, good night. Bonne nuit à tous. And
Buenas noches,
Buenas
like they would say
noches.
in somewhere around here.
Buenas noches. And what day is it?
It's they. We're not sure.
We lose
It's the 28th, which is a 4-year anniversary for us.
Oh, that's right. And we had a special night, didn't we?
Well,
Shay?
Nancy forgot, but I did.
Oh, that's not true. We both didn't forget.
Mwah.
Anyway, good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.